Here we go. The judge is rolling straight into the theft charge and the full Miranda rights package. Quick legal tip. Judges often do this at first appearance hearings, so nobody later claims they didn't understand their rights. Also, dad calling the cops on his son over a bass guitar? Oh, this case is already messy.
You're Christopher Wilkins.
Yes, sir.
Wilkins, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On May 20th, 2024, officers were dispatched to the address of defendant's stepfather. The complainant was stated he confronted his son about missing items. The complainant was told the defendant to get ready for rehab. The complainant was noticed his jazz bass guitar was missing and observed his neighbor's cameras, which showed his son to leave the house. The total value of that guitar was $480. That was all I have on this one, Your Honor.
Do we know he did it?
Pause right here. Did you catch that? The judge sees the defendant about to talk and immediately shuts it down. This is actually solid advice. Defendants love talking themselves into deeper trouble at this stage. Question for the audience. Should parents involve police when their adult kids steal from them? Yes or no?
Your Honor, it stated that there was...
So dad is saying there are several items missing from the house.
Yes, Your Honor. Including a guitar.
A bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
Anything else?
Yes.
Does dad call the cops on his own son?
Oh, Your Honor, it was...
Stop.
Oh, my fault.
Stop. Don't
Fuck.
say a word. Are you losing? So why talk?
I'm not sure how the police were contacted here, Your Honor. It just says that they met and...
Major moment. The judge just tossed a case for no probable cause, meaning the prosecutor didn't bring enough evidence to legally continue. That's rare. And then the judge pivots into a whole TED talk about staying out of the system. Judges do this more often than you think, especially when they believe the defendant is still salvageable.
Another report written like it's just going through a drive-through.
So, Your Honor, the only thing I would say is, she's facing the VIMs. The defendant had initially declined any of the allegations, but later told his mother that one of the items that was stolen, which was a bicycle, was later stolen from the defendant when he left it at his store.
But here he's charged with a bass guitar. What the? I have a pet lizard named George. Really? Mr. Wilkins, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward in your case. This life is a very short life. And when you start racking up convictions, it really hoses you. It's really hard enough as it is as a black man in today's society. And when you start racking up convictions, especially theft convictions where you branded a thief, do you think it helps? No.
This part is gold. The judge is basically diagnosing the defendant's entire personality in open court. But it matters. Admissions of substance abuse or behavioral patterns can influence sentencing, probation, and future deals. For creators, these are the moments where courtroom reality feels like a life coaching seminar wrapped inside a legal warning.
It doesn't. Get into school, get some knowledge, get a degree, find something to do, and make a lot of money. That's what life's about. Not ending up in court with a theft charge. You know what I mean? If you have a drug problem, address it before it becomes a real issue and it takes a hold and grabs you by the boo-boo. You know what I mean? Plenty of people in there. We don't need any more. Please. What happened with upstairs?
We're gonna go on a 15 months deferred down here, and it's gonna get resolved.
They're going to dismiss that one in exchange for this one?
And
the weed? Got it. Okay. You know, there's not many times that you're going to be afforded this kind of deal where they're going to dismiss a felony in exchange for a plea on a misdemeanor. So I would be very, very careful. If all this stems from self-control or usage of dope or alcohol.
This is where many viewers don't realize how serious a deferred adjudication really is. You're not free. You're on probation with conditions that can drop you into jail for a full year if you slip up once. Question for the chat. Do you think deferred deals help people get a second chance or trap them? Let me know.
I mean, really, there's some people when they drink, they become the life of the party. They're happy, they're fun to be with, they crack jokes. And then there's some people that turn into the devil incarnate. If that's you, then this should be a wake-up call. If it's not, what's it going to take? 25? You're charged with two very serious offenses. You have the assault down here, you've got the assault upstairs. They're going to dismiss that felony assault in exchange for this one. You're entering into a very serious probation where it's a 15-month deferred. This is a type of agreement where if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but it's not dismissed. If you complete it, there's no conviction, but you can't tell people it was dismissed. It's not dismissed. Just you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction on your record. And you need to understand that there's still an affirmative finding of family violence. You pick up another one of these, you're looking at a third-degree felony, another 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. Do you understand? You can also never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? You give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement saying, look, I'm going to make it, and if I don't, you can put me in jail for an entire year. That's the agreement that you're entering into now. So for you to complete this successfully, you must do a batter's intervention prevention program. This is a tough one. This is a class that you have to attend once a week for 18 weeks. If you miss it, they're going to kick you out of the program. If you get kicked out, we issue a warrant for your arrest. We'll have a hearing here to see if you violated. No drugs, no alcohol. You will be tested like crazy to ensure that you're not using. You must also do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them as well. 20 hours of community service, $100 one-time donation to the family violence provider, no threatening or harassing abusive contact with Mr. Cockrell. Do you have children? I think that in lieu of community service, I would like to do a parenting class. And if she does a parenting class, then I'll waive the community service. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with this until you complete it successfully or it gets revoked. Do you understand? I like to reward people. I like to encourage people to do well. And what I normally do is if you do well in this agreement, if you don't test positive for dope or alcohol, you get all your classes done and you're nice to everybody, I'll take you off in half the time.
Okay.
So you can be done in half the time. If just be nice. Don't pick up any new cases and don't use. You understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of assault of a family member? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty now, Miss Loyola. I'm going to wait, essentially, for 15 months to see if you're able to comply with this. As part of this agreement, the possession of marijuana will be dismissed, and your other case upstairs will also be dismissed as well. Do you get child support for the children, or? Okay, cut her fees. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. I care about you doing what you say you're going to do and showing up and doing it on time. The worst possible thing you can do is either pick up a new case or abscond. You just take off. That's an instant warrant in this case. You understand? So if you ever have any problems, come back. We can always work through it. We can talk about it, but just...
Protective orders are no joke. Violating one can instantly elevate a misdemeanor case into a felony. And in a polyamorous relationship, that adds complexity, multiple witnesses, intertwined relationships, and high emotion. Cases like this blow up fast because every action becomes a legal landmine.
Doing nothing and taking off, it's the worst thing that can possibly happen. All right, so I'll follow the agreement, send it to everything. Good luck to you, ma'am. Good morning, Ms. Blewett. Ma'am, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay,
Thank you, Judge. On March 31st, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to an assault in progress call. The officer met with complaining witness one, who stated that he, the defendant, and the other complaining witness were in a polyamorous relationship. The first complaining witness stated that the defendant had sent numerous texts and calls and showed up unannounced at the residence. The first complaining witness stated the defendant had struck him in the face while the defendant had a phone causing pain and a tooth to become loose. The second complaining witness stated the defendant arrived at the residence, and while complaining witness one was trying to calm down the situation, the defendant struck complaining witness one in the face, and in the process of breaking the fight, the second complaining witness was struck in the shoulder, causing pain.
But we only have the assault on the gentleman, correct?
But the assault's only on the, I'm sorry,
The gentleman,
I believe so,
you
yeah.
only got one count.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Blewett, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you, there's a protective order that has been issued in this case. You need to get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and probably will file additional charges against you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of any weapons. If you violate this, I will revoke the bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you, man. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Court appointed lawyer, court appointed.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? Okay, I can have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see if you qualify. I need to know everything about you, how much money you have in the bank, how much money you work, and I'll take a look if you qualify. I'll have you sign a receipt. Victoria, Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application, and I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond condition. Can you file no contact, no weapons, please?
Yes, Your Honor. So no contact, no weapons.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Delaney. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On March 31st, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer responded to a trespass at a gas station known for being a drug trafficking hotspot. Law enforcement officers witnessed surveillance footage of the defendant making multiple hand-to-hand transactions and throw something in his vehicle when the law enforcement officers originally approached the gas station. The law enforcement officers detained the defendant and approached the vehicle and witnessed 2 sacks of marijuana on the passenger floorboard area in plain view. A probable cause search was carried out, and the officers identified the 2 sacks on the passenger floorboard as marijuana. The total weight of marijuana was 76.37 grams.
Mr. Delaney, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you not to go back to this gas station. Do you understand? I'm also ordering you now not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. Do you understand?
Good.
No more slinging. Do you understand? What do you do with yourself these days? Do you have a full-time job?
I'm doing application right now. I have an interview tomorrow.
Good. I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see that you have a full-time job. Do you understand? If you come back and you've done nothing, it's not going to go well. And I'm telling you, I'm going to drug test you within the next 50 days. If I find that you continue to use, it's not going to go well for you. You understand? All right. Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay, Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt, Victoria. You will then meet with police for your bond conditions. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. What, you said 15?
He obtains GED.
What's
He
your?
obtains GED.
Yeah, but hey, 15?
Oh, I'm sorry. Phillips is on page 15.
Yeah, okay. You're, Mr. Phillips, you're charged with failure to stop and give information, leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, on September 1st, 2023, a law enforcement officer responded to failure to stop and give information call in Harris County, Texas. The law enforcement officer made contact with the complaining witness, who stated that she was pulling into a parking lot of a corner food store and observed the defendant's vehicle reverse into her direction quickly. The vehicle then rammed into the rear driver's side of the complaining witness's motor vehicle. The defendant's vehicle then quickly shifted into drive and fled the parking lot. The complainant witness took a photo of the rear of the defendant's motor vehicle after the accident and provided the license plate to the law enforcement officer. Law enforcement officer found the motor vehicle registered to an address less than a mile away and traveled to that address and made contact with the defendant. The defendant stated he was at the food store with bursting out of the parking lot and struck the complainant witness. The defendant stated he fled without providing information because he did not have a driver's license. The defendant was identified with his Texas ID.
So, can you run his license, please, just to make sure?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm just not showing the driver's license numbers, so I'm not sure if he is part of the license since then, but we don't have it in our system.
If you do not have a license, do not drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care that you have to go to work. I don't care that a baby needs to go to the hospital. I don't care there's a burning building and you need to save 50 kittens. If you don't have a license and liability insurance, do not drive. You will